All right, perfect. Um, Today's January 31st, 2014, and we have the privilege to be joined by Russell Hitchcock, one of the founding members of the band Air Supply. Um, Tomorrow night, Air Supply will perform at the Magic City Casino in Miami, Florida, which is an excellent venue for concerts. Russell, let me be the first to give you an early welcome to hopefully a sunny, at least warm South Florida. Welcome back, because I know you've been here before.
Yeah, we've been there many times, and thank you for the welcome, and we're certainly looking forward to getting there tomorrow.
Okay, I'd also like to congratulate you for being inducted into the Australian Recording Industry Hall of Fame in December 2013. Quite an honor.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was quite a surprise for us because obviously we've been around for many years, and it's always nice when you get recognition from your home country, and it was a great evening for us. We were in great company there, and just another great achievement for Air Supply, and a tribute to Graham Russell's songs, that's for sure.
Excellent. I certainly hope that someday you'll have the same honor here in the United States.
That'd be good.
Yeah, get to see you guys in Cleveland, Ohio.
Right.
Okay, let me start with some questions here. I saw that that Sanctuary was the last release you had in 2011. Do you have any new albums or projects in the works?
We're actually releasing a brand new song probably next week. It's called Desert Sea Sky, and it's actually a dance track. It's something that Graham had written, and we got some interest from a couple of guys at Mix for clubs. Actually, they're out of Israel, and we're very excited about it. And also, just 2 days ago, we were in Tampa, Florida, and we recorded did some vocals on 4 of songs for another project. So we'll be having stuff out pretty quick, as we speak.
Wow, excellent, excellent. What music or musician would you say inspired you early to be an artist?
Well, I saw the Beatles alive when I was 15 years old, which tells you how old I am. That was in 1964. And, I never actually anticipated being in the music business, but as soon as I heard their music, I was a fan. And, I bought everything. I wanted to wear the same boots they wore, and, I bought every magazine I could get, obviously all their recordings. And to my mind, they're the most inspirational act for both me and Graham. And, in my opinion, there's never been a better band, in my lifetime, certainly. I mean, I think the Rolling Stones are up there with them, and one of my other favourite bands is AC/DC, but Beatles certainly are my inspiration, and, I just couldn't get enough of them.
Actually, you know what? That's a common answer. Apparently, to a lot of musicians, they were very influential for them.
Well, I actually watched the Grammys the other night, and even Dave Grohl, who was obviously with Nirvana and Foo Fighters, said he wouldn't have been in music if it wasn't for the Beatles. So I'm sure they've inspired many.
Cool. What band or musician, past or present, would you just love to get on stage and jam with?
Well, I'm not the best of jammers per se, but I'd love to work with. Once again, Paul McCartney would be my utmost first choice for working with another musician. I think his body of work, and he's in his 70s, he's still doing it. I've seen him four or five times in concert, and always fantastic for me. So that he would be my first choice.
Let me tell you, I saw him recently here in Orlando, Florida. Personally, I think it's like the best show I've ever seen. Wow, it was awesome, really awesome.
Yeah, I agree with you. I saw them. I saw the Beatles in '64, and I saw McCartney in 1979, and I saw him again in '91. And the last time he was around, and every time I've seen his show, it's better than it was before. And he has such an awesome band. I just couldn't wait to see him again. In fact, I met one of his accounting people in London some years ago, and just off the cuff, I said, if Paul McCartney is ever in LA again, and I don't expect them for free, can you see if I can get some tickets from you? And he said, sure. I didn't think any more about it, and didn't hear back from him. But about a week before the show at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, I got an email from him saying there were 4 tickets for me at the box office.
All right.
I went, unbelievable. So the day after that, our manager called me from LA, and he said, we've got an offer to play Mexico on that date of the McCartney show.
Oh.
And it was too good of an offer to refuse. So I opted out of seeing Paul, and I gave my daughter my 2 seats, and she called me from the show, and she said, I can't believe it, Dad, I'm sitting in the second row on the floor.
Oh, wow.
In front of Paul, and I was thrilled for her, but I was so mad that that I wasn't there, because I thought, the other times I'd seen him, I was kind of quite a ways from the stage, but he's certainly the man for me.
Cool. What would you say was the band that you had the most fun to tour with?
You mean a different act than ours?
No, just in general. Like, what band would you say that you had the most fun touring with?
Well, we toured with Rod Stewart in the late 70s, and that was a blast, because we were just new to the music business, and especially in the United States. We opened for him in 60 cities around North America and Canada, and we had a great time with him. But we've had a chance to work with some great people. We've worked with America quite a bit. We've worked with Christopher Cross, Dan Hill, Michael Bolton. We've done shows with Richard Marx. Just all great musicians, and cool to be around.
Cool. What would you say was the most funniest or most embarrassing moment that you had on stage?
That would be easy for me to answer. That was in 1982. We were performing at the State Fair in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I fell off the stage.
Oh.
And broke my arm, and
well, that's not funny.
Broke 3 ribs. Very embarrassing.
Yeah. Well, then painful too.
I was just going to say that too.
Okay. This is an off-the-wall question, but just, if you were to be stranded on a desert island and given an MP3 player where you can only download one album, what would it be?
Sgt. Pepper's.
Excellent choice. Music cruises are becoming very popular now. Is that something that would interest you in doing a music cruise?
I'm sorry, say again. I didn't quite get that, mate.
Okay. The music cruises, they're becoming very popular now. Is that something that would interest you to do a music cruise?
Well, we've actually done 2 or 3 of them out of Singapore and Hong Kong. I mean, it's fun to be out on the open sea for a couple of days, and I think we played. We'd spent 7 days on the boat, and we played twice in the week. But on the other hand, it's a bit confining. You can't get off if you want to. You got to wait till the boat comes back to port. But we've done them, and they were very enjoyable for us, because we were had great accommodations on the ships, and obviously they would align cruises, and we had a good time. So we'd certainly consider that again.
Oh, do you enjoy like the close because there's like very close interaction with the fans and the guests and stuff? Is that something that you guys enjoy?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the reason that we're still here after 39 years is because of the fans and nobody else. And we've been a working touring band now for nearly 4 decades, and that's what does it for us. I mean, in fact, we play this evening in Akron, Ohio, and we have to leave the hotel at 3:30 in the morning to make our connection to Miami. So it's if you didn't love what you were doing, you wouldn't be able to do it. And we have a great passion for what we do, and Graham Russell is my favourite composer of all time. We love to sing his songs. We love to perform together, but it's the audience that makes it for us. And we always try and give our best when we're out there, and tomorrow will be no exception.
Excellent. We're looking forward to that. How did the name Air Supply originate?
We were both in a production of Jesus Christ Superstar, the musical in Australia in 1975, where we met, and pretty quickly after we were introduced to each other as cast members, we hung out together because we weren't trained in theatre, or I can't read music, and Graham was self-taught guitarist, piano player. So we were, kind of a little bit on the outcast side of things. So we started to work on his songs pretty quick after we met, and we recorded 4 or 5 songs in a demo form, in Melbourne, and we wanted to take them to radio, or record companies rather, and we didn't have a name. So we asked all the people in the show if they would help us out with suggestions, which were all ridiculous, because nobody took us seriously. And one night, Graham said, we've got to make a choice because we've got to get this stuff out. And he came in the next day to the theatre and he said, I had a dream last night. And in the dream there was a billboard with lights flashing around it. And it said air supply. And so that was good enough for me.
Perfect. It worked out. So that's good.
Yes, it did. Yep.
Okay. What would you say is the difference between the original Air Supply and the band today?
Oh, I think we've learned a tremendous amount by performing as much as we do. One of the greatest thrills for us, as I said before, was working with Rod Stewart. We watched every show that he did every night. We learned, about being on stage, about that responsibility, about, doing what you can to control the audience the way you want them to respond. We learned a lot about lighting, presentation, production, wardrobe. It was just an amazing experience. And so now, all these years later, we like to think that we know what we're doing now, because in the early days we didn't have a clue. We just went out there and played our songs. So I think we're much, much better entertainers than we ever were in the early days. I mean, I see videos of us from 1976 and 77, and basically we just stood there and played the songs, which is cool. But, we had to learn about, interacting with the audience,
Right.
and making them part of the show, and you being very present with them in the moment, and not just having them stay home and listen to a record. It's got to be an experience for us, and I think that's the biggest thing we've learned after all these years.
Excellent. And the last question is, if you could go back to the beginning of your career and give yourself a bit of advice, what would it be?
It would be, and this is for anybody that's just starting or anticipating being in music, just surround yourself with good, honest people that have intelligence and that are on your side, because we all fall into the trap of the guy with the biggest car and the fanciest ring, and waving money in front of you is not necessarily the best choice. So we've had some amazing people in our careers. We were managed at one point by Don Arden, who was managed Black Sabbath and Electric Light Orchestra, and he was very instrumental in putting us on the right path. And our current manager now, Barry Siegel, in Los Angeles, he's been with us now for 32 years, and I trust him with my life.
Wow.
Trust is very important in the music business because, as you know, there's some shady characters around, and steer clear of them.
Yes, sir. Well, excellent. Well, that's it. That was all my questions I have for you. Thank you very much.
Great.
It was really a pleasure. I hope that I can stop by. Hopefully, I can get a pass to stop by backstage and just so I can meet you in person really quickly. Say hello.
Yep. But you know what? Just write this. Our tour manager's name is Sparky. So when you get to the show tomorrow, just ask anybody in the front of the house if you can see him, and just make him aware that we did this interview today, and come back and meet Graham and maybe take a picture or something.
Excellent. Actually, I am I'm the house photographer for the casino, so I'll be shooting the show.
Well,
So
you don't need anybody. Just come back down and see us, mate.
okay, excellent. Well, thank you very much, sir. You have a good day. Stay warm up there in Ohio, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yep, and good luck with your daughter's Sweet 16, mate.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Goodbye.
Take care.
Sure.
Bye-bye.